Been following now for months. This month marks 3 years since the Boulder grocery store mass shooting. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Karen Lee.
And I'm Alan Janae, and for Michael Spencer. 10 died in that shooting in 2021 inside the King Soopers on Table Mesa Drive. That included a Boulder police officer who was the first to arrive and rush inside without hesitation. Generous Coloradans donated millions of dollars to a nonprofit called the Colorado Healing Fund after that tragedy. Well, now we're learning the Healing Fund is planning to give out more of that money this month. But families of the people killed in the shooting tell us they can't get any answers as to how much or who it will go to. Your investigator, Katie Weiss, and producer Austin Erblatt have been following this issue for months now. Katie joins us now in studio with this exclusive interview tonight. So what are the family members telling you, first of all, here, Katie?
Yeah, well, Alan, Karen, victims' families really have a lot of questions, and they're frustrated because they say that the Healing Fund just isn't answering those questions and won't communicate with them. Now, the fund started with a $4.8 million donated dollars, and now we're learning today that there is more than $800,000 left. Victims' families want to know how, when, and where this money will be doled out, so they turn to us to try to get some answers.
Shock and disbelief.
The day Chuck Hunker lost the mother of his children is forever seared in his memory.
My daughter called me and said there's a shooting at the King Soopers, and she's not calling me back, and she always calls me back.
Jody Waters was one of the 10 people killed at this King Soopers in Boulder on March 22nd, 2021.
Jody and I met when we were 14.
Wow.
Then we were married for 30 plus years. Very creative, hard worker, lots of integrity, but she was mother number one.
He never imagined he would speak with a reporter like me.
We had no interviews. We didn't watch any TV. We didn't read any newspapers.
But he recently invited me to his home in Boulder to talk about his growing concerns with the Colorado Healing Fund.
I have no idea why they are not more forthcoming and transparent.
As the executor of Jody's estate and a numbers guy, Chuck helped his daughters with administrative items so they had one less hassle while grieving.
It wasn't about accessing funds. It was never about that. We have to be thankful and grateful to those sources and the generosity of so many people.
At first, he says it was hard to get his daughters reimbursed for simple things like therapy. And as time went by,
I drew up a spreadsheet of, okay, you know, beginning, end of quarter, or end of semi-annual funds, and it just wasn't adding up correctly. The numbers weren't good.
For example, he noticed in the fund's July through December 2022 report, the organization reported receiving $4.7 million in donations and $567,000 left to give out. But in the January through June 2023 report, the fund suddenly reported having $4.8 million in donations, even though it said there were no additional donations received for that time frame, and more than $600,000 remaining to be dispersed. Chuck wonders, where did that additional revenue come from, and what's the reason for that discrepancy?
That's a lot of money. It should be more professional.
He asked to speak with the fund's bookkeeper and treasurer, but he says the Healing Fund told him no.
What really took me off guard was the fact that they're not listening to the people who they supposedly are helping.
Then this year, he asked to speak with the board of directors before they voted on how to disperse the remaining money.
I want them to hear from the victims besides just our letter writing and our phone calls.
But that wasn't granted either.
It's like, why? You know, who are they serving?
Club Q. Active shooter.
Then, 3 months ago, some victims of the Club Q shooting in Colorado Springs shared with me their concerns about the Colorado Healing Fund. That's when Chuck learned he wasn't alone.
Were you surprised to learn that other people had problems?
What I was surprised is just how deep it went.
After Club Q victims voiced concerns, the Healing Fund gave out all of the remaining donations to those victims in November, only 1 year after the shooting. It's now been 3 years since the Boulder shooting, and still hundreds of thousands of donated dollars remain.
So these experts know better than the victims of whether they should have the money or not now. They may need more therapy right now.
In January, the Healing Fund sent out this email defending itself and calling victims and family members activists for speaking out against the fund's actions. That's something Chuck and other victims tell me was insulting.
So it's like, no, not activist. How about we are, part of the family of victims of this murder? Where are your values?
While the Colorado Healing Fund said earlier this year that it follows a proven model for dispersing funds and all audits have been clean or unmodified, Chuck says the fund should be more transparent and publicly release those audits.
They don't want to communicate with us.
But in Colorado, we found there's no legal requirement for nonprofits to disclose how they collect and disperse donations after mass tragedies. The Healing Fund says its financial reports online are proof that it's completely transparent about the funds they collect and disperse. But Chuck says those reports are too vague.
So there's no breakout between the different funds for the different things that they've been collecting money for.
Some lawmakers tell us they're reviewing potential policy changes for next year's legislative session. But until then, some people who still grieve devastating losses 3 years later feel the Healing Fund should make changes of its own.
For as many times as they say they are transparent, it doesn't make it so.
And the executive director of the Healing Fund, Kevin McFabridge, still has not agreed to do an interview with us despite our coverage of similar concerns like Chuck's over the last few months. Now, when we asked for a comment to this story, he said that the fund will, quote, disperse funds to victims and surviving family members of the deceased prior to the 3rd annual Day of Remembrance on March 22nd, 2024. It would be inappropriate for CHF to publicly release details before privately communicating with recipients. All right, Alan, Karen.
Well, Katie, how did the victims' families feel like this money should be distributed, the remaining dollars?
Absolutely. They have a few ideas. They tell me that the Healing Fund should go ahead and give out the remaining $833,000 that's left in the Boulder shooting account. And they say that everyone who was shot was killed and that no one was really injured that day. And so because of that, they feel that the money should be distributed evenly to the families of the 10 people who were killed that tragic day. Then they say they'll have at least one less hassle to be asking for reimbursements, and they can maybe get a little closure.
Well, thanks for keeping your eyes on this, Katie, and I know you'll continue to follow it. So
You bet.
good for not